Have you ever wondered why heartbreak hurts so deeply? Why you can feel stress or sadness right in your chest, not just in your head? Science may finally have an explanation. Deep inside your chest lies more than just a muscle that pumps blood. It holds a hidden intelligence, a network of neurons constantly talking to your brain, influencing your thoughts, emotions, and even your decisions. This is the heart-brain connection, and it's changing how we understand emotion, intuition, and consciousness itself. You're watching The Psycho Nurse, where we connect psychology, neuroscience, and health to help you understand the human mind in ways you've never imagined. So, let's take a calm, deep breath and explore the truth behind the statement. There is a brain in your heart. For centuries, the heart was seen as the seat of emotion. Ancient Egyptians believed it stored the soul. In Chinese medicine, it symbolized wisdom and spirit. Even in Western culture, we say, listen to your heart, or follow your heart. But now, science is catching up with this ancient wisdom. In the late 20th century, researchers in a new field called neurocardiology discovered something remarkable. The heart contains its own complex nervous system made up of around 40,000 sensory neurons. This network is known as the Intrinsic Cardiac Nervous System, or ICNS. It's not just passive wiring. It has its own clusters of neurons that can process information independently of the brain. In other words, your heart has a level of autonomy. It can sense, learn, remember, and make functional decisions, all on its own. When the brain is temporarily disconnected from the heart, like in organ transplant studies, the heart continues to beat rhythmically, adjusting to its environment without any input from the brain. This shows us something profound. The heart doesn't just receive orders, it thinks in its own way. The heart and brain are in constant communication, linked by the vagus nerve, one of the longest and most important nerves in your body. What's fascinating is that this communication doesn't just go one way. While the brain does send commands to control your heartbeat, about 80% of the nerve fibers in this pathway actually send information from the heart to the brain. Every single heartbeat sends complex data upward about blood pressure, rhythm, oxygen levels, and emotional states. These signals shape brain activity, especially in regions like the amygdala, your emotion center, the hypothalamus, which regulates stress, and the prefrontal cortex, which handles decision-making. In simple terms, when your heart beats coherently, your brain interprets calmness. When your heart rhythm becomes chaotic, your brain senses stress or fear. This is why anxiety makes your heart race, and why breathing slowly can calm your mind. It's not just psychological, it's neurological. According to a 2023 review in Frontiers in Neuroscience, this two-way heart-brain axis is essential for maintaining emotional balance, focus, and resilience. Your heart and brain are, quite literally, in conversation every second of your life. The heart's neurons don't just control physical rhythm, they respond to emotional and sensory input. This is what scientists call heart rate variability, or HRV. The small variations in time between your heartbeats. A healthy HRV means your heart can adapt quickly to changes. It's flexible, responsive, and balanced. A low HRV, on the other hand, often signals chronic stress, anxiety, or fatigue. The Institute of Heart Math has found that different emotional states create distinct heart rhythm patterns. Gratitude and love produce smooth, coherent waves. Anger, fear, and frustration cause jagged, erratic patterns. These signals don't just stay in your chest. They travel to your brain and influence how you feel and think. Your emotional state literally changes your heart rhythm, and your heart rhythm changes your brain's chemistry. That's why love feels healing. That's why heartbreak feels so physical. And that's why your gut feeling, or heart instinct, can sometimes sense the truth before your logic does. In psychology, Carl Jung described this harmony as the union of opposites, the logic of the left brain and the intuition of the right. When your heart and brain work in sync, you experience what Jung called wholeness. Let's get into the deeper medical science. A 2022 study published in MDPI Biology explored how the intrinsic cardiac nervous system helps the heart regulate itself. These local neurons interact with both the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, controlling blood pressure, rhythm, and cardiac output. Another study in Frontiers in Neuroscience from 2023 found that these same cardiac neurons send feedback to the brain AS emotional and memory centers. This information influences how we process stress, empathy, and decision-making. Meanwhile, research from Harvard Medical School, Brain-Heart Health Project, shows that when heart rhythm becomes irregular, like in chronic stress or cardiovascular disease, brain imaging reveals changes in gray matter volume and reduced cognitive performance. This means emotional stress doesn't just feel heavy on your heart, it can physically alter your brain structure over time. On the flip side, when the heart is in balance, it sends rhythmic, coherent signals that promote neural stability and hormonal balance, lowering cortisol, improving sleep, and enhancing focus. Your physical and mental health are inseparable because your heart and brain function as one network, not two separate organs. Now that you know the science, how do you use it in daily life? Here are proven ways to create harmony between your heart and brain. First, try heart-focused breathing. Slow, deep breathing for just 5 minutes can improve your heart rate variability and lower stress hormones. Inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 2, and exhale for 5. Do this whenever you feel anxious or overwhelmed. Second, practice emotional awareness. Don't suppress your emotions. Observe them. When you notice anger, sadness, or fear, gently shift your focus to your chest and breathe. This simple act of mindfulness tells your nervous system, I am safe. Third, cultivate gratitude and compassion. Studies show that feelings of gratitude release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which helps synchronize your heart's rhythm with your brain's alpha waves. Fourth, get moving. Walking, yoga, and dance naturally coordinate your heart rhythm with your breathing and emotional regulation. Fifth, focus on quality sleep and nutrition. Lack of sleep disrupts the signal between the heart and brain, while foods rich in omega-3s, magnesium, and antioxidants support their communication. And finally, reduce stimulants and chronic stressors. Too much caffeine, screen time, or emotional overload can keep your nervous system in fight or flight. Remember, a calm body equals a coherent heart, and a coherent heart equals a focused mind. Even with all the neuroscience and physiology, there's something poetic about the heart's role. It beats before your brain even forms in the womb. It keeps going, endlessly, without rest, day and night. And it responds instantly to emotion, connection, and love. Maybe that's why, across all cultures, the heart has always symbolized wisdom and truth. From a spiritual view, the heart might be seen as the bridge between your body and your soul, the place where logic meets intuition and thought meets feeling. Science gives us the language to describe it: neurons, vagus nerve, HRV. But life gives us the experience of it: compassion, intuition, empathy. So when you say, I know in my heart, you might actually be speaking a biological truth. So, is there a brain in your heart? Yes. Not a thinking brain like the one in your skull, but a feeling, sensing, remembering brain that keeps you balanced, alive, and deeply human. The heart is the rhythm of your emotions, the mirror of your mind, and the bridge between thought and feeling. When your heart and brain are aligned, life feels lighter, decisions become clearer, and your emotions flow instead of fight. This is the real intelligence of the human being, the harmony between the head and the heart. I'm the psycho nurse, and remember, healing isn't just in your mind. Sometimes it starts with your heart. Thanks for watching.